Hey, what's up? This is Holly-Starr, and you're listening to the Rackman Christian Radio Network.
We would like to take a moment to thank our sponsors of Rackman Christian Radio. Portions of this broadcast are brought to you by Letters for the Lord.
Hello, this is Linda with Letters for the Lord Prison Ministry, and I would just like to say that I'm a proud monthly supporter and ministry partner of Rackman Christian Radio. It means a lot to me to be able to network my prison ministry together with Jesse, because we are serving together for a common goal, to reach the world for Christ. So I want to just invite everyone who is listening to join me in becoming a monthly supporter, because together we are Rackman Christian Radio.
If you'd like to show your support for Rackman Christian Radio, go to rackmanchristianradio.org and click on Contribute. Thank you.
Rackman Christian Radio.
Rackman Christian Radio would like to thank the following ministry partner for sponsoring The Rackman Show: Faith and Family Films and Joe Roshi, located in Randolph, Vermont. To find out more about their ministry, go to faithandfamilyfilms.net or call them directly at 802-552-7791. That's 802-552-7791. It's ministry partners and listeners like you that make Rackman Christian Radio and our network possible. Please consider giving a gift each month to help us pay for expenses and expand our ministry. And now, The Rackman Show.
Rackman Christian Radio.
Hi, this is JW the Rackman, and I have a message for you. We know that there are many good Christian stations out there on the web, but ask yourself this question. Is my internet station licensed to broadcast? Does your favorite station support the very artists that you hear? If not, changes are coming to internet radio that could take yours away. We bring you eclectic blends of pop, rock, CCM, classic CCM, praise and worship, songs of encouragement, southern gospel, black gospel, holy hip-hop, and unique, powerful ministry programs. We are currently licensed to play around the world into 102 countries now. So I want to challenge you. Take a listen. Make a one-week switch and hear the difference of relationship and support from the best in the music industry. The Internet's home to eclectic blends of Christian music and powerful programming with 3 live, authentic shows that you can only hear at rackmanchristianradio.org and selected licensed radio stations. So in advance, we want to thank you so much for what you do to make our station the best. Sincerely, The Rackman. Welcome to Rackman Christian Radio. Holly-Starr, you are now on the air with The Rackman.
Hello. Hey,
Hello
thank
there.
you for having me.
You're welcome. So it's only been a few weeks, and we actually got to meet for the first time in, well, it was just out of Grants Pass. Now, you had to drive farther than I did, but that was like 7 miles out of town. I'm like, am I going to make it? Am I going to make it?
It was so good to meet you finally. That was such a blessing.
It was really fun.
Yeah.
It really was.
Yeah.
And you, my dear, you put on quite a show, and what makes it refreshing is, and I can't really go into the comparison because I saw another artist this last Tuesday, and the comparison between after the show and what I saw both in my spirit as well as just with my eyes was that while it was a very good show, very, very well presented, very, I think even spirit-led, if you will, after the show, it was just a shell. There wasn't anything there. And that's something different about you that I don't know if anyone's ever seen you in concert, if they'll understand that, is that you are really the same person on and off the stage. Now, obviously you have to shine a little bit more when you're out there in front of, 100 or 1,000 people, but Holly, you seem to be the same person inside and out.
Oh, thank you so much, Jesse. That means a lot to me. It's been a passion of mine to share the gospel with people since I was a young girl. And so I think when I lose focus of that, and we all do from time to time, when I lose focus of that, it's easy to just kind of get into the routine. But the more I continue to stay in the Word and prayer and just keep continuing to remind myself why I'm doing what I do, it's easy to stay in that place where it doesn't become about those things. You know, I think it's a lot harder to be in the right headspace when you're trying to make all the numbers work and trying to make sure everything's just perfect. But God's been showing me the more I just trust Him and the more I wait on Him and the more I let Him have the center stage, the more at peace I am and the more fun that I have. So I really appreciate you saying that.
Well, you make it sound so easy.
Uh-huh.
You answered my next question.
I definitely have my days.
Yes,
that's for
yeah.
Sure.
I think we all do. I think when we're in leadership, or God places us in a Gideon moment, we have to shine with our torches. We're like, Lord, what am I doing?
Yeah. We all have those moments. That is for sure.
Hey, listen, I want to get started with some music, and I've got your entire CD. Thank you for sending that to me.
Absolutely.
You're just amazing. You could be making a lot of money right now, and for all I know, you've got something in the fire, and the stocks are great for you. But I mean, you started out with this new CD project, and it was like for $6, and I'm like, $6? Are you kidding?
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
So I mean, tell us about the project. Is there a theme behind Everything I Need?
Yeah. Well, when I wrote the title track, Everything I Need, that was actually one of the first songs that was written for the project. And I just remember being in the writer's room with the co-writer I wrote with. His name is Travis Ryan. And the song just came, and it just became an anthem of my heart. I knew right away that I wanted to sing this song over and over and over again. I mean, the anthem in it is, everything I need is in you, Jesus. It just repeats that in the bridge. And I've been going through a season in my life where God's been challenging me to put my faith in that truth. Like, it's hard to believe every day, all day long, that Jesus is everything I need when things aren't happening the way that I want them to, or the way that I don't expect them to. You know, life kind of doesn't always turn out the way that you had expected it would, right? And so when those situations happen, and they've happened in my life in the past few years, God's been challenging me to believe and to trust Him that He is everything that I need, that He will be with me forever and ever and never leave me, and that He will meet me in every place and every situation that I feel weak with His strength, just as long as I trust Him in that, you know. And so I think throughout the project, there's just this yearning in my heart to continue to strive in prayer and in faith, in believing that God is who He says He is, and that He is everything that I need, everything that you need, everything that we all need and we're all longing for. It's just we have to slow down long enough to remind ourselves of that truth, you know.
And that's what we're going to hear next right here on our Artist Spotlight on Rackman Christian Radio, Everything I Need by holly-starr. Of course, she is with us today.
I've been searching all my life for something that satisfies. I've been longing all this time for what you alone supply. So I run to you, God, I run to you, Jesus. You are my desire.
Everything I Need by Holly-Starr, and she's on the phone with me for our Artist Spotlight, and we were just talking off the air about a really neat project you're working on right now at holly-starr, that's STARR music.com, and tell us about whether we know someone in need and what's that all about.
Yeah, definitely. Well, my manager and I were talking one day, and we were like, hey, what if we did this cool giveaway in honor of the release, because it's called Everything I Need, and tried to give away $500 to somebody who might know somebody in need. So we posted this promotion on my website saying, hey, do you know somebody in your life who needs help and you can't help them? I want to help you help them. I want to enable you to be able to help them in the way that you see they have a need. And so on my website, you can fill out my form and tell me what's going on in your life or in your friend's life, and I'll read to the story, and I'm going to pick somebody within those stories of who to bless. I've just seen in my life, and God's been showing me that, sometimes the need is, or somebody told me one time that the need or the need is the call. So if you're out and about and you see somebody who needs something in your life, and sometimes we help them because we can, sometimes we don't because we choose not to, or because we can't financially do it for whatever reason, but we want to. And so I just thought it would be cool to partner together and bless somebody with a surprise. Jesus has surprised me in my life in a lot of ways, and so I thought this is one way we could participate in his character and just say, hey, we're gonna surprise somebody with a blessing they're not expecting, as an example of Jesus' love for them.
That's amazing, Holly. We were talking off the air, and I'm going to try to put this into what we're talking about, and that is, you see the need, that's the call. And that might be a new mantra for Rackman Christian Radio. Hello, you see the need, that's the call. There's such a turn of events within the Christian church. It is nice to see someone who's out there still caring and still shining a light that says, this is what I believe we need to be doing, right? This is, I'm not going to come to you every week and provide $500 for your need. Well, the Lord might actually turn that around and make it available, but that's not my point. My point is, I see the need, that's the call. And I know a story about an artist who came down with cancer and was out of work for 10 months, and his manager said, hey, we're going to contact 600 of the churches that supported you, that were with you, that love your ministry. And several weeks went by, and guess how many churches actually responded out of 600 to this request?
How many?
0.
Wow.
And so while that could be the negative and we could go that direction, thank you, Holly, for being a positive influence, for being out there and sharing your life story and sharing what's important to you, and using a gift that you have to bless somebody else. That is just the difference of comparison that I want to shine on your ministry right now.
Thank you. I have some amazing people in my life, including my fiance and my mom, who are extremely, extremely giving, and I've learned so much from watching them give to people that it's causing me to want to do that in my own life too. It's just so fun. It is truly, like Jesus said, it is more blessed to give than to receive, and so I just really want to participate in that again.
So what you need to do while you're listening to this interview is go to holly-starr-music.com and tell your story, or the story of someone you know that's close to you that might just need $500 to help them out. Amen. Boy, that's awesome. I saw that. I had to bring that out. I had to share that. But you brought it up. Holly-Starr is getting married. Oh my gosh! Congratulations! I can't believe it.
Thank you.
I can't believe it. You. Well, I'm going to say it. You'll hang up on me, but you look so young.
Oh well, thank you. Yeah.
So
it feels like I've been on this journey for a while, but it's good.
Well, tell us about how this came about.
Yeah, well, his name is Chris, and he was in my band about over 4 years ago now, and played bass for me, and we just became really close friends. He was probably one of the guys that I just trusted a lot on the road. He became my road manager. I wasn't interested in him at all because I was very guarded of my heart. That's something God's put on my heart since I was young, too, to really protect and guard my heart and not get entwined in things that are not right for the right timing in my life, especially with relationships. So when we were off the road, he'd been playing for me for about 2 years. We got off the road one day, and I was hanging out with him and my family, and I just kind of realized out of nowhere, oh my goodness, this guy has been one of my closest friends. I would love to spend the rest of my life with him. Just kind of a thought like that. And so we talked and ended up dating, long story short, and have been together now for about 4 years, and he proposed, and now we're getting married. So it's been pretty fun. Crazy, but really fun.
Well, the crazy thing I saw was that here you were releasing your new album, and now you have a proposal for marriage. It was like 2 new releases in your life, almost at the same time. I mean, you're truly getting blessed, and I think you're being rewarded by many of your efforts. Your testimony is quite a long one, and you do share it in your concerts about self-image and even, falling off the track, as it were, and thinking that you were so alone and nobody was there that even cared. And God brought you out of that. And right now, you're shining. You're shining brightly. So,
thank you. Thank you.
Speaking of shining, I didn't know how I was going to segue this, but let's talk about the song "Sunshine."
Oh, thank you. I love that song. That's one of my favorites on the project, actually.
Well, what is the story behind "Sunshine"?
Well, when I was vision casting for this album and praying, what God, what do you want from me on this project? I really felt like He impressed the word worship on my heart, and so this album is not a corporate worship album by any means, but there are songs and parts of songs that are very corporate in nature, and just my longing was to create very vertical moments between you and God, between me and God, saying, I am thinking, I am worshiping, I am adoring you, God, right now in this moment, as I'm singing, as I'm listening to the song, as I'm driving down the road, as I'm at my house, in the kitchen, washing dishes, whatever it is. So when I was writing this song, I had this picture of a valley here in the area that I live in, Washington, and it's one of my most favorite pieces of God's creation. It's so beautiful when the sun comes up over it and it just lights up the hill, and it's just amazing. And so I just was thinking about that and thinking about obviously the hope that we have in Jesus. And just me and Scott Cash, my producer, we sat down and we wrote this song just with the intent of creating a very vertical song, a song that just gets your mind on Jesus and the hope that we have in Him. There is no place that we can be that He can't come in and be a part of and change for us. In the valley, you are the sunshine, making shadows disappear. In the desert, you are a fountain overflowing. So I won't be afraid when darkness comes my way. In the valley, you are the sunshine. Just this really bright picture of who God truly is in our life.
You're listening to Rack Band Christian Radio and our Artist Spotlight with Holly-Starr, and here's her song, Sunshine, on the Rack Band Christian Radio Network.
You are a fire burning away the darkest night. Out of the ashes you create a brilliant life. Jesus, you have made me new. I come alive in you. In the valley, you are the sunshine, glorify your name. You alone be magnified. You're the Son of God. You have saved me from the grave. You've saved me from the grave. In the valley, you are the sunshine.
What's up? This is Holly-Starr, and you're listening to the Rackman Christian Radio Network.
And we're on the phone for our Artist Spotlight with Holly-Starr, all the way from Washington State. Now, that's not too far from where we're at. In fact, we put on our own GoFundMe campaign, see if people could help us get back to Oregon and Washington. It might take a while, but you know what? The Lord actually blessed us within the first 30 days, and we actually are sitting with quite a bit of support. I'm not going to give an amounts or anything. We can talk about it off the air, but everybody knows who listens to Rackman Christian Radio. It's been quite a journey, and it's definitely a faith walk. And I am so glad that I finally got you on the show, and I got to meet you, so that it actually puts a personal touch for me, a connection to both your music and what we're talking about today. Just meeting people's needs. The next song I think we'll talk about is Everything I Need, because actually, we just played that, didn't we? I love that song so much. We got to play it again. No,
doing it again. Love it.
Oh, well, that's where you get lost up in the moment, because I was thinking, what fits what we're talking about? Well, that's the song. Well, we've already played it, and of course, we will be replaying this entire show, this 2-hour show, The Freedom Show, including our interview with Holly-Starr, at 8 p.m. Pacific tonight. So if you are listening and you know someone that wants to hear it, definitely invite them back. 8 p.m. Pacific, right here on Rackman Christian Radio. So what are you about? Are you still on these long tours? And you were in Florida. You got to see a co-conspirator in ministry. You want us to tell about Life Point Church?
Yeah, we got to play in Florida almost 2 weekends ago now. That was really, really fun. I really enjoyed Life Point Church. We just went and we led worship in the morning, and then we did a concert in the evening. And that's just my heart. I love the church. I love blessing the church. And I love speaking and sharing my music with people who maybe don't know who Jesus is, but I grew up in the church, and I just feel like God has called me to continue to encourage and remind my brothers and sisters in Christ of the truth that we know in Christ. And that remind them of who God is and who He's told us that He will be. So I just love it when I get the chance to lead worship. I love it when I get the chance to do a concert and kind of invest a little more in the relationships with people after a show and stuff. So we had a great time there. I got to hang out with some of the youth kids and hear a little bit of what they're doing. And they asked me some questions about what it's like to be a traveling artist, so that was kind of fun too. But yeah, we had a great time in Florida.
Well, I'm thinking there was one great fan of yours that showed up. He drove like 3 hours to come see you.
Oh, yes. Yes, he did. Oh, that was so fun.
DJ
so
John Lipinski, yes. Wow. Oh, man. That guy has been a great friend to me. Holly, I have to admit, I may not have known you as much 3 years ago, but when I met John on Facebook and we got connected, we've had so many phone calls back and forth. I think you would agree, and you've mentioned your fiance and your mom. I've got my wife, but there's people in ministry that I know I can call up at a moment and say, do you have just a minute? And I can say, boom, this is what's going on. I just need your help, your prayers. Sometimes I just need someone to vent to. How you doing? Do you really want the answer to that question? Well, John is one of those guys, and he was the one who actually introduced me to some of your music, and I went out and bought Focus and a couple of other of your CDs, so I'd make sure I had them up and ready and, rotating through, because, I mean, even when you were younger and you were writing the stuff that was, I think, speaking to more of the younger audience, compared to today, you're still speaking to younger audience. Man, to see those pictures, those young girls that just flock to you. I remember in Grants Pass, that little girl that wouldn't leave you alone. She was just clinging to you. You seem to have that connection, and yet your music is becoming, and I'll use the word, more mature. As you're growing in the Lord, as you're growing up, you're coming out with more mature messages, and yet it seems to speak to a eclectic blend of people. And I mean, is that something you had to practice? Was that the vision casting? How does that work for you that you're able to reach so many? I mean, you're the Onion Girl, and you're crossing the United States and touching people's lives almost every day now. So how does that work?
Yeah, well, when I first started, I had some people asking me in the industry, okay, so what's your demographic? What age group, gender do you aim for in the music that you write? And that question really took me by surprise. And, I didn't really understand why that I had to have that at the time. But so I took that to God in prayer, and I said, why is this bothering me so much? And I felt like through prayer and through just contemplating and meditating on it, I saw that God had given me a passion for being transgenerational, for all generations, for the young and for the old. And my first project, it's technically my second project, called Tapestry, definitely didn't have the tendency to reach all of those age groups, because there was a lot more of the hard rock kind of stuff on there, which I did have fun doing and writing and stuff. But at the end of the night, it didn't settle well with my spirit. I felt like I'm not being intentional enough about making sure that the music I'm writing and the way I'm producing it is going to reach the older generation and the young generation. So as projects have come along, I've been a lot more intentional in making sure the songs that I picked for the project will do that. So it's not necessarily when you come to my concert, you're not going to see me running all over the stage and jumping up and down necessarily, but I'm going to spend time with the young girls afterwards, because I love to see that influence. I mean, when I was younger, I looked up to Nicole C. Mullen, Bethany Dillon, Joy Williams, like those artists that were Christian females. They meant a lot to me, and still today, if I was given the opportunity to meet them, I would thank them for their faithfulness to writing Christian music. Because it really spoke to me, and it has a huge impact. So I just have grown to love that. And then at the same time, when I get a chance to speak to the older generation and just ask them questions, okay, I'm getting married, what advice would you give to me? That is so valuable to me and so beautiful when I get to see all the generations kind of intermix together at a show, and they don't walk out for one reason or the other, but they're all just there hanging out. I love that. I treasure that, and I pray that God would continue to give that to me in the years to come, because it really is a blessing.
So what I'm hearing is set your heart to prayer, and then set an atmosphere that is, I don't know, it's appreciated by more people than just a certain group of people. And I can say that because I saw you in concert. And you were reaching. There was a lady sitting next to me, and she was older than I was, and man, she was just singing her heart out, and yet the kids were just jumping for joy. And that kind of connection is very important in ministry, so that it's not just about whatever it is someone's going to put a stereotype to your music, because your music kind of just covers a. I don't know how to describe it. You're one of the artists that I cannot describe the music, but when I listen, I'm like, yes, I can identify with that. Yes, that message is true for me. And, that's just amazing that you have that gift to be able to share with people.
Oh, thank you. And I will say, too, something that in that same conversation, that there are people who have that specific vision and demographic and stuff, and that's amazing. I definitely encourage that. But just for me in my life, the way that I feel God has called me to do it, kind of is a reflection of a scripture that it says, be ready in and out of season, to give an account for what you believe. And so to me, when I hear that, I think, okay, I want to be ready for every generation, every kind of person. I want to be willing to be able to use the gifts that God's given me to be able to share the gospel. I want to be able to have the greatest accessibility to do that with the giftings that God has given me. So that's just the way that I have kind of approached what I'm doing in music.
Well, it seems to be working through you, and the song we're going to play next off the new CD project that you can get at holly-starr-music.com. Everything I Need is Through Me with Holly Starr on the Rackman Christian Radio Network.
Chase your dreams, the world is all yours. You never know what's in store. And they say, be who you wanna be, follow your heart. But I'd rather be following yours. No matter where I go, no matter where you take me, I want you to be the one they see. There'll be no doubt about it, no way that I can hide it, when you shine your light through me. Yeah. My life is yours, I give it to you. It never really was mine. And when I stand in the middle of a broken down world, oh, I just wanna let you shine. No matter where I go, no matter where you take me, I want you to be the one they see. Yeah. 'Cause there'll be no doubt about it, no way that I can hide it, when you shine your light through me. When you shine your light through me. Turn down the noise in all that I do. Let it be about you, Jesus. Turn down the noise in all that I do. All that I do. Let it be about you. Let it be about you. Turn down the noise in all that I do. Let it be about you, Jesus. No matter where I go, no matter where you take me, I want you to be the one they see. 'Cause there'll be no doubt about it, no way that I can hide it, when you shine your light, when you shine your light through me. 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 So turn down the noise in all that I do.
So through Jesus, you can be, I don't even know how to say that. Through me, I can do all things through Christ. No, through God, we can do all things through Christ. Hey, that's a great way to segue into whatever we're going to do next. I've enjoyed spending this time with you, Holly. It's been great being able to share your ministry. You've got that new CD out called Everything I Need. Where can people pick that up at?
You can get that CD at iTunes for the digital download, or you can go onto my website, holly-starr-music.com, and order a hard copy on my website there, so that's pretty easy. Or if you want to go to your local Christian bookstore, you can ask them if they have it. Some of them will have it. If they don't have it in store, they can order it to the store. So those would be the outlets that I would suggest.
Fantastic. And ways that people can follow you.
I'm on Twitter and Instagram at holly-starr music. Don't forget there's 2 R's in star. Or on Facebook, you can check me out. If you just search holly-starr, it'll pop up. And then my website, again, is holly-starrmusic.com. You can sign up for my email list. So if you're more into the occasional updates, then you could sign up for that, and I'll just email you when there's a new song or a new CD out. I hate spam, so I won't be spamming you,
You and me
at all.
both. Oh, fantastic. Well, the last song I'm going to play, I'm going to pick one here. I'm going to spin the wheel. One I haven't heard before, because I've heard God Is. Love that one. My Father's Love. In fact, I'll let you pick. My Father's Love or Forever Faithful.
Oh, that's a tough one. I don't think I can pick that.
You
between
don't
those
think
two.
you could pick that? Come on, Holly. You can do it.
Oh, jeez. Okay, let's go for Forever Faithful.
Forever Faithful. Now, besides the obvious song title, tell us your story behind what this song is about.
Yeah, well, this song was actually inspired by some family friends. They went through a really rough season, and they're actually still in it right now. And I just, watching them go through that hard time has been a real challenge, unsuspecting challenge to my faith. Just trusting in God and not fearing man and that kind of thing. So I just had to cry this song out. I call it a cry pray song. It's a prayer, so I cried it out to God, and I'm still crying it out to God that this would be who I am in this life, that I would be faithful no matter what, that even in the fire that I would stand up, and that's part of the lyric, even in the fire let me be found forever faithful. God has been so faithful to me, and I want to be an example of his love in this world, and so by showing faithfulness, the example of faithfulness to other people, we're getting a chance to show who Jesus is to them. So this is definitely one that's really dear to my heart.
And you're going to hear it right here. I'm not sure where else it's playing, but it's for the first time right here on the Rackman Christian Radio Artist Spotlight with Holly Starr. Holly, thank you so much for joining me. I'm honored. Call it Co-Appreciation Day. I am just so honored that you would spend the past 30 some odd minutes with us and share your ministry and your heart and your music with the world around you.
Thank you so much. It's been really fun.
I see the battle waging war against my soul. My heart and flesh are weary, Jesus.
This is Holly-Starr, and you're listening to the Rackman Christian Radio Network.
The Rackman Show is a presentation of the Rackman Christian Radio Network. If you have any questions or comments, please reach us by telephone 530-643-7222 or send us an email to info@racmanchristianradio.org. This concludes our live broadcast. God bless you. We'll see you next time. GoFundMe.com/relocate family. Can you spare a one-time Hamilton? Or maybe even a Jackson? By the way, that's a 10 or a 20. Any amount, large or small, will make a huge difference to reach the Martin Family Relocate Fund. More than just a family is affected should the goal take longer or not reach its full peak. Not sure about giving online? Contact J.W. Martin on Facebook, and he will give you information about how you can send by Western Union or the U.S. Postal Service. There is simply no reason not to help. Please see the need, help the need, and be a cheerful giver. GoFundMe.com/relocate family.